Welcome at the Digital Minds podcast. Today we are focusing on digital transformation in actions. I have amazing guests with me today, Karolina and Łukasz, who are actually focusing and working on this amazing opportunities which are held in the Bayer Hub in Warsaw for transforming the pool of talents. So I would like to start with you, Łukasz. You are with Bayer for almost 8 years and Digital Hub in almost 4 years. Can you tell me about what interests you in developing this program? Why is this important? What opportunities it provides you for the Bayer in terms of the future pool of talents?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so generally there were several reasons why we decided to initiate this upskilling program. First of all, and most importantly, we see a great potential in our own people, yeah, and our purpose was to simply unlock this potential. The other thing is that we would like to allow a flow of talents between two of our units. So firstly, Digital Hub at Warsaw, but also our Global Business Services Center in Gdańsk. So as I said, we see a great potential in our own people, and we want to give them an opportunity to develop within our organization. The other reason is that with such upskilling program, we are able to prepare a tailor-made solution which fits our needs. So basically, we are teaching and upskilling our people in terms of the skills, capabilities that are really required on the job.
Well, this is very crucial because the reports we've created as Future Colors shows that in Poland, although most of the companies declare that they have upskilling, reskilling programs, only 6% of the companies actually create something and develop and run it. So congratulations to you to having that. And tell me more about what actually the opportunities you see in terms of what actually the future careers are foreseen in this program, because you mentioned you are developing a special teaching program for your special needs. So what are these needs?
Well, we are currently hiring in many different areas. So this is not an easy answer to that question, because we've got plenty of different profiles.
But you're focusing on the future profiles. So what are the future profiles?
With a special focus on future profiles. So we obviously are trying to attract many software developers, IT architects, data engineers, data scientists, product managers, product specialists, experts in cybersecurity solutions. So that the scope of our interest is quite broad.
Okay, and actually with the upskilling programs, you're creating these opportunities within your organization, so employees can actually grow to these profiles.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so why are you actually choosing this way instead of doing the typical way, which is going to universities or actually going to the open market and employing new people from outside, by actually you focusing on creating this pool and creating this talent from inside?
Yeah.
What's the actually advantages, or why actually you went that way?
Yeah. So we believe that we have the best people available on the market, and we want to develop them. We want to give them an opportunity to grow within the company. So even though they don't have a past experience in IT, that doesn't matter actually to us. Yeah. What really matters is potential. So we want to, again, unlock the potential of our own people. And as I said, with this upskilling program, we can equip them with the capabilities, with the skills that are actually needed by our company. You don't get it from the universities. You don't get it from the market. There is always a need to onboard people, to somehow learn them of how we do things, So instead of going that traditional way, we prefer whenever it's possible, because obviously it's not always possible, but if it is, Yeah, we want to promote our own people and be simply a great place to work.
Fantastic, because I think what is amazing in this whole program and your approach is that you're actually thinking, okay, we are spending so much time and effort to bring people into our company and finding the right talent pool, and then say, let's keep them and develop and grow with them. The company is growing and is changing, getting more technological, more digital, and you are growing and the people are growing as well. So I think this is what is important. So tell me about, as this your company of the choice, what actually are the people specific talent or specific approach you have approach to find the best talent out to the market, so you can actually grow them within your organization?
Yeah, with so many various profiles, it's really hard to define specific skills and competencies that we are looking for, because I'm afraid that we wouldn't have so much time, to cover all these profiles. But maybe I will focus on our sourcing strategy. So I already mentioned that, but we really care and focus on the potential of people. If someone doesn't have the right skills at this particular point of time, in our opinion, potential is more important, because you can catch up.
So this is great. You have the potential, Bayer sees it, and it gives you the opportunity to grow. Thank you very much, Łukasz. Would you like to add anything else in terms of what was the opportunities provide you this kind of programs, and why is it beneficial for the whole organization from your point of view as a HR business partner?
Okay, so upskilling programs give us a unique opportunity to firstly develop our people, to motivate them, to create sort of a perspective of future development. So this is one thing. The other one is that we are utilizing our own talent pool, and it's also about succession planning. So it is also important to have this, let's say, talent flow, and to give people opportunity to actually grow in new roles, new positions.
I'm with Łukasz and Karolina. We just spoke about the importance and actually the reason why the company is developing this upskilling, reskilling programs. And now we actually would like to dive in and learn about the actual initiatives and actions are taking place, and let's lead by Karolina. Karolina, can you tell us just a little bit about what actually your role and what are you doing at this Digital Hub in Warsaw?
Okay, thank you for introducing me. Well, I'm here at Bayer for 3 years and currently working on the position of the entry-level development manager, which is strictly connected with the Grow to the Hub program and other ones which are provided for our colleagues, our employees, in terms of broadening knowledge and their digital competences. So in general, the growth of people that we surround is very important for me. And that's why we are here to talk more or less about the Grow to the Hub program.
Because Łukasz just mentioned that basically the strategy of company is to look for the potential in people. And once they're becoming a full employees, you're focusing on growing with them. So as the company is changing to more digital, you like to grow the employees as well, instead of looking for new people from inside. So this is a very good approach. As I mentioned, only 6% of companies actually do that in Poland. So congratulations for actually not only talking about, but rolling out this kind of programs. So tell me, because we had this opportunity as a future colleagues to work together, we are the training partner, but we believe that it was an incredible, successful program. And mostly there are usually two ingredients. One is, of course, the teaching partner, which is a partnership which we executed, but other thing is actually how the company is approaching to the whole program, how to make it as important and how to make the motivation and keeping people in being engaged, being successful. And this is exactly what happened. So go through this whole program with me and tell me, why was it successful? What happened? And starting by selecting the right profiles, because you developed 3 important profiles, and tell me why you did that and what were they, and then enroll us out through the whole program, because I think it's fascinating.
Thanks for such words. But as you mentioned, it was a cooperation, so both sides took part. And that is a very complex question. Starting from the profiles we've decided to develop, those were the 3 bootcamps that we arranged with you as future callers. That was full stack developer, data engineer, and cloud engineer.
Why you choose these 3 profiles? Because this Łukasz mentioned that you have cybersecurity, you have front-end developers, and you decided on this cloud, data science, and engineering. Why?
That was typically the business need. Because we believe that firstly that we need to have a need, that's some kind of a business purpose strategy. And on the basis of the requirements from platform leads, from our colleagues, from leads managers, we created those profiles that they will fit in the future development program, and they will enrich our talent pipeline. And the people learned during weekends. So basically it was a time-consuming and very challenging way for them to develop those 6 months.
So that was, I guess that was, yes, absolutely agreed. This is challenging. This is 6 months period program, which gives you an amazing amount of materials. Of course, it's mentors-led, but it's extremely demanding. You have to be engaged throughout 6 months, so it's hard to have the weekends off for so long. So I think this is incredible that actually these people were so much motivated. But you tell me, what were the questions they asked you? How you convinced them to actually choose this basically sacrificing their free time of the weekends and being involved so much in the learning process? So what was the actually questions being asked from the possible participants, and how did you actually approach them? Was it there's a lot of people interested in this kind of programs, or you have to really convince them? And what kind of questions has been asked when you have this discussion with the interviews with the possible participants?
Okay, you mentioned one word, like sacrifice. I would not state this in terms of sacrifice. It was people were eager to join us. We received lots of, inquiries regarding the program. How will I develop? And it was the most important thing. How will I develop? Not what I will sacrifice. So this attitude, in my opinion, led to the success of the whole program. And, in terms of what kind of questions were asked by the managers, I would say they were really, really tactical ones, because they wanted to find out about the potential. Because what Łukasz said, the people didn't have to have the proper skills, but this potential. For example, the thing that they wanted to broaden their knowledge was something that we put a strong emphasis on. So the managers actually chose people who would fit into their future
why I'm actually focusing on this, and why I'm saying sacrificing? Because in the study we did with over 200 HR directors, one of the reasons they say why they're not doing this reskilling upskilling program, they said because employees don't want them, because they think it's a sacrifice, and they don't want to actually, they are not interested in this kind of program. So basically what you're saying is totally opposite, right? Because you're saying people were eager, they were not thinking that this is something really they were interested in developing, and more about not why you want to do it, only you're saying they're interested in this technicality, which means they really have this decision made already in their head in only, okay, what I have to do to be enrolled in this program. So this is very important that you have either the great people you choose to working at the Bayer Hub, or is it the potential, or is it not true what people, for all the HR directors and HR managers think in Poland in terms of that people really want to have this kind of program. So obviously you had a very good experience that people were eager, as you said, and they were interested. So what else did you, yes, Łukasz, do you want to jump in?
If I may step in, and to build a little bit on what Karolina said, I fully agree with her that sacrifice maybe not the most fortunate wording in this case. We mentioned that potential is one of the key factors for us, but not only potential matters. So you also have to have right mindset. So we were looking for people that do not consider such program as a sacrifice, but rather an investment in their own development. So if you consider engagement, in the upskilling concept as an investment, you've got the right mindset.
As I said, this is very contradictory because in the same study which we did, we also had a program, we had a study of Poland's approach to reskilling, and most of the people said, yes, they'll be interested in this kind of programs if employee offer them. So this is actually what's happening today at Bayer. Karolina, can you dive in and actually elaborate a little more about the job shadowing? Because I think it was very fascinating, and I think it's one of the main reasons the program was successful. Can you tell me about the process and how it happened, and why you came with this idea, and actually how was enrolled within this program?
Okay, as I mentioned before, we had 3 boot camps regarding those 3 profiles. And first we thought that we could introduce one way of introducing or performing job shadowing, namely deep diving into the processes, into the projects that are strictly connected with individual
so
teams.
The participants actually they apply what they were learning during the boot camps.
Yeah, that was the assumption, and I think it went well. But we very fast found out that one approach is not enough. That due to the diversity and different scope of work in the current teams, in the current boot camps and profiles, each team had to undergo a different approach. So, for example, some of them had individual mentoring. They were provided with different tasks.
So you had the experts from your organization. So data scientists or cloud computing engineers. Okay, so one who actually working at Bayer Hub.
At Bayer Hub in the current teams. So they provided with special tasks designed for them, and also those tasks were some kind of the answer to the need that participants had, because some of them felt, for example, well, I need much more knowledge about front end. Can you provide me with this knowledge?
So it was a dialogue. So it was like what one, not only just pre-registered, but something you actually adapted during the program.
Yeah, that's true, because in my opinion, it's very easy, to overwhelm people with the knowledge that you have and that they actually do not need. But when you ask, what do you need? There's a perfect solution for, the beneficial cooperation.
And it started from the beginning, during the 6 months, or was it only a bit later? And how often you had the job shadowing kind of meetings, or was just on a call? How actually it was roll on?
It needed to be performed later on, because firstly, the participants needed to acquire some knowledge. And later on, they could join the teams. So it was done in a different ways, in forms of calls, in forms of a Teams meeting, in forms of the participants' own work during the working hours. So more or less, it was focused on how actually to invite the participants into this business world, so that they could really feel and have this hands-on experience on the projects and use the knowledge they learned.
In your opinion, how much of that program, of the shadowing, was crucial to whole success of this boot camps? How much you value it in terms of, it was because from my perspective, our perspective is we always say to the employees, please let them apply as quick as possible. Obviously, you started this application of the learning as the applying what they learn very much middle in the program. So how do you think is this so crucial to the successful of the program, to doing the shadowing?
I think the whole program is a process. Each step, each milestone is important and it's crucial. Starting from the interview, then proceeding to the learning path, then the job shadowing, and then really implementing what you've learned. So it's a process. So it leads to this entry development path, which I think should be also introduced in different companies, so that we have a clear line and a clear message for our candidates, for our employees, that that we have a vision and that we have some positions that needs to be, for example, developed, and here's a chance for you. So start with the process And on the end of the process is, you know, the next step to develop yourself, and the next step to, you know, undergo and to broaden your knowledge. So it's not like those are the parts that are crucial. It's the whole thing.
Okay, so it's the whole program, which is so model in a way. And this way, I think, you believe that this is where you grow the people. It's a continuous learning, which is, we know it is the most important for all individuals, that we, with this approach of technological advancement, we have to develop, and this is learn if within the company is seen as the most important and crucial for actually to benefit to all. So is there anything you like to add in terms of your own, how actually you felt as the owner of this very successful program? What were your feelings during did you have some kind of benefits of doubt, where you were had sometimes you also had to be motivated? Do you really believe it from beginning? Is there anything from your perspective is important for maybe other managers worldwide would like to follow that kind of program?
I think the most important is the attitude that you have towards not only for any kind of change of development you would like to undergo, but also the attitude that you present and the people you would like to invite to. So what were my thoughts during the program? I was extremely proud that we have so many talents within our organization, the people who want to develop, and that the fact that we give the energy and it gets back to us, it's really encouraging in different ways, so that we do not waste our resources and we invest it properly.
So it's a true investment in talent. Thank you very much for Karolina, and congratulations on this great program.
Thank you very much.